Christian, because sometimes it's just a church experience. But out of her church experience was no power. No power to change and fix what was going on in the inside of her, what was really tormenting and battling her soul. A woman came and said, I want to give you the wisdom to know how to live powerfully, because that was her goal, to live powerfully. She did not want to live, in subjection to all of the things that she was, when you suffer abuse, the one thing you don't want to deal with is being overpowered ever again. So it was important to her to find out how to reach that place. And so she connected with them, and she began to learn about all of the different powers in nature, in the world. They call them the universal laws, right? So she started learning about the universal laws of power and learning about all of this astrology, the zodiac, how to harness this and do that and all of that. And one thing about Dr. Price, if she's committed to something, she's committed. So she's going to know everything about it. She's going to study it. She's going to research it. She's going all in, because when she finds a solution, she is loyal to it. 100%. She's not going to change. That's her basic nature. So she was rising up in the occult and about to get to the place where she was going to, literally pledge her life to that, when Jesus Christ came in, knocked her out on the floor, and told her, all power and authority belongs to me. If you're looking for the highest power in creation, you found it. And that is how she began to say, well, wait a minute, a sound, a spirit, a force that's different than what I've been dealing with is now talking to me. And so it was a journey to come out of the occultism, because when you engage with those other spirits and those other deities, which is why most of her ministry is focused on how to differentiate between Jesus Christ from other gods and other deities and other spirits, because she was in all of that. And she went through a lot of them to try to get to the top of the food chain, if you will, of this, and find out what ultimate power would really be. And so when she got to the top and found Jesus Christ, she's stunned, because she's like, this is nothing that you hear in church. No one talks to you about stuff like this. Are you kidding me? And so that is how her Christian journey began, coming out of occultism, having to be delivered from all of these other spirits and all of these other gods. And God made her study the word, because he did not come in with, like, how we have those dramatic testimonies. You fall out and you come back and it's like you're different and you're brand new. No, he hit her with two things, three really: education, intelligence, and wisdom. So she had to study the Bible around the clock so that he can show her why he was different than all of those other religions and all of those other gods. And so she went line by line, verse by verse. She ate that Bible day and night to know the difference between the gods of the dead and the death culture, which is why, if you notice that everything about paganism is about death: skulls, bones, graves, candles, caves, all of that, cemeteries, gobs, googling, all of that, because it's about death. It's the culture of death. And so he had to show her what the difference was between the culture of death under those gods and what life under Jesus Christ really means. All power and authority belongs to me. If you're looking for the highest power in creation,